Stop scrolling. If your mind has been stuck in fear, anxiety, or constant overthinking, listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might change how you see your brain forever. Most people believe that when your mind gets trapped in certain patterns, that's just who you are now. That anxiety is your personality. That fear is permanent. That overthinking is just how your brain works. But here's the truth almost nobody tells you. Your brain was designed to change. And incredibly, the Bible revealed this principle long before modern science even discovered it. In the Bible, there's a verse many people have heard, but very few truly understand. It's in Romans 12:2. It says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Most people read that and think it's just spiritual encouragement, but it's much more than that. It's actually a blueprint for how the brain rewires itself. For decades, scientists believed the adult brain could not change. They assumed that once you reached a certain age, your mental patterns were locked in. But modern neuroscience proved something incredible. Your brain constantly reshapes itself through a process called neuroplasticity. Every thought you repeat strengthens a pathway. Every emotion you rehearse deepens a pattern. And eventually, those patterns start to feel like your identity. That's why fear can feel automatic. That's why anxiety can appear the moment you wake up. Not because you chose it, but because your brain learned it through repetition. Now here's where the words of the Apostle Paul, the Apostle, become astonishing. When he says, "Do not be conformed to this world." The Greek word used there means to be pressed into a mold. Think about that. Your mind is being shaped every single day by what you watch, by what you listen to, by the memories you replay, by the fears you rehearse. Your brain adapts to whatever environment it lives in, but Paul doesn't stop there. He says something even more powerful: be transformed. The word used is metamorpho, the same word used for a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. That's not self-improvement, that's complete transformation. A caterpillar doesn't simply try harder to become a butterfly. Its entire structure is rebuilt. And Paul says that transformation happens through the renewing of your mind. Notice something important. He doesn't say fix your mind. He says renew it. Renewing means building something new, which means if your brain learned fear, it can also learn peace. If it learned anxiety, it can learn stability. If it learned hopelessness, it can learn truth. This is why Scripture emphasizes repetition so strongly. Meditate on truth day and night. Speak it when you wake up. Speak it when you walk. Speak it when you lie down. Because every time truth is repeated, new pathways begin to form. Many people in their 50s, 60s, even 70s have watched their minds slowly change. Not because their circumstances suddenly improved, but because their thinking patterns did. Day 1 feels awkward. Day 10 feels familiar. Day 30 begins to feel natural. And one day, peace becomes your default response. So here is the simple invitation. Not pressure, just an experiment. Find one area where your mind feels trapped. Fear, anxiety, hopelessness. Now find one verse that speaks truth against that lie, and repeat it every morning. Repeat it every night. Not to force God, not to prove anything, but to give your brain time to do exactly what it was designed to do. Renew. Because Romans 12:2 was never just a verse, it was a blueprint. And your mind, no matter your age, can still be transformed.